teeth in that smile. Amen. Amen.
That one up.
That's real good, Josh. I'm going to be on television and you're not.
Right here. All right, how are you? Good, all right. You're going to win.
Yes. Wolfpack. Yes. Boot the ball.
Nice move.
Hello. My name. Hey, Will, you're on video.
And grateful not to have the 8 o'clock game this morning.
What do we do for those messages or communication? It's been tighter, been smarter, but the communication level is sometimes we're coming communicating, we go, let the other guy understand what I'm thinking. Okay? So just say one word. Let's really bring that message across. Communicate with me there. I'm not worried about you guys getting it. You learn to handle it. We don't back down. We don't get done, but we don't back down. We haven't learned by now that those places on the outside.
Hello, and on behalf of George Langevin Productions, I'm Pete Savage, and welcome to San Juan Capistrano for the Mission Viejo Invitational Tournament, the 17th annual one of its kind. Here we have a blistering semi-final in the making. The teams contesting for the cups you see in front of you. We've got an absolutely storming game going to be happening here. Sting against Wolfpack. In front of us, or behind me rather, the players are warming up as we speak. In sunny Orange County, we'll be back for the match after this. Welcome back to San Juan Capistrano Polo Fields here in Orange County, California. To the west, the inviting waters of the Pacific. To the east, the mountains and hills of Orange County, which can be given a slight breeze today to these beautifully manicured, converted polo fields we see in front of us. Warming up now, both teams getting ready for this semi-final. To the left on your television screens, as you see it, the Wolfpack from Fountain Valley, Orange County. Playing today in blue and gold. The team roster: 00, Blake Hardin. Number 1, Brandon Contreras. Number 2, Danny Collins. Number 3, Devin Cato. Number 5, John Clark. Number 7, Cliff McKinley. In 8, Mike Sparr. 9, Will McAfee. 10, Drew McAfee. 11, Chris Wimmer. 16, Tommy Plass. 17, Matt Upton. 19, Edmund Daniel. 22, John Armour. 23, Jeff Coonsey. 40, Josh Feinstone. And goalkeeping today for the Wolfpack, Joey Balbus. Their coach, Glenn Strachan. 2 managers, Joe Balbus and Corey Hardin. The Mission Viejo Soccer Club Sting, as we see them on the right of the pitch warming up. In white and green today, the white shirts, green shorts and socks. The team roster: number 2, Bryce Sebastian. Number 3, Chris Winrich. 5, Keegan McDante. 6, Alec Henderson. 7, Monty Tucker. 9, Sebastian Galmarini. 10, Nate Osborne. 11, Adrian Cantonier. 12, Greg Ford. 14, Vincent Montes. 15, Justin Panganiban. 16, Chris Levick. 17, Luis Inga. 18, Sem Lopez. 19, Darren McCoy. And goalkeeping for Sting today, Greg Estep. Their coach, Kevin McCary. Their manager, Debbie Wimrich. We'll be back after this. The officials getting ready in the middle of the pitch there for the kickoff of this semi-final. The referee, Leo Umana, calling the managers together, and he's obviously going to bring the players together now for the toss. The linesmen today, Olav Cable from Germany and Michael Schneider. So, after the toss, the teams choosing their ends. To the left of your television screen as we look at it, Sting playing in white and green. Playing from right to left as you see it on your screens, Wolfpack. Play about to start in this semi-final. Temperature must be around 85 degrees at the moment, but a cool breeze blowing, judging from the fluttering of the flags on the far side of the pitch. Both teams just limbering up before the start of this. 35 minutes each half. The ref's blowing, they're off. Immediately, Wolfpack put a through ball, but it's going to be met by Sting's defence. Early tackling from Wolfpack number 3, Devin Cato, as the play is directed in the half here of Sting. Throw early to Wolfpack. Danny Collins to take. Battling along the line there, cleared out by Bryce Sebastian as his ball's put through off the legs of Chris Wimmer for Wolfpack as it's run down by Sebastian Galmarini on the far side. Still with the ball, Galmarini.
John, you gotta slide back in a little bit, John.
Chris Levesque. Far side action. Being challenged all the way by Wolfpack's defence on the far side. Ball being passed around nicely by Sting here, despite having the entire midfield and behinds of Sting chasing. Wolfpack on the ball now. Pushing forward. John Armour for Wolfpack. As the ball's pushed out to the first throw-in on that far side for this match today. On that far side, Drew McCarthy. He's put a through ball. The ball's loose. There's one-on-one at the back. Sting have it nicely under control. As the ball goes for the first touch to Joey Balbas in goal for Wolfpack today. A large clearance off his right boot. Immediately a scramble in midfield. Got hold of there by Devin Cato. Greg Ford putting a through ball on that far side as the ref blows. A little bit of nudging there. Has given the first free kick and the first action for the referee's whistle in this match today. A big kick from Adrian Cantonier there. Picked up by Monty Tucker for Wolfpack as the ball is cleared out. Chris Levesque. And a foul, this time going to Sting. Big kick forward, met by the head of Mike Sparr there for Wolfpack, down to Danny Collins, who's run round Alex Henderson, put the ball on the far side, going to be picked up by the forwards for Wolfpack as the ball goes in, and the first touch for Sting's keeper, Greg Estep. Big ball out. The danger of those goal kicks being the ball is 50-50 when it's in the air. This will really test the effectiveness of both teams' aerial ammunition. Ball in again for Wolfpack on this side. Met by the boot of Cliff McKinley. He's got a little time on the ball here, rounding a few players. Using space well, as he unfortunately doesn't manage to get hold of the ball as it goes off for a goal kick. So then, both teams coming fairly locally. Wolfpack from Fountain Valley, I'm told up the coast here, still in Orange County. Sting coming from Mission Viejo, not far at all, so they'll be both used to the weather conditions here. Even though both seasons are in summer when teams compete in the league. Or rather, in winter, summer is the tournament season. Far side action being picked up by Wolfpack's number 19, Edmund Daniel, as it goes off for a throw. Chris Levesque, far side for Sting. There's quite a lot of midfield action at the moment. So this semi-final is one that both teams only try more than 100%, if that is possible, to win. There are no second chances in this match. And again, off some far side action. Just to run a bit of history of how the teams have progressed to get to this stage. As we see some far action there, pressure on the Wolfpack defence by Sting's forwards as it goes off for their goal kick. So they're going to be chasing that ball down. As I'm saying, the qualifying stages went pretty well for both teams. Wolfpack got second in their qualifying group with 1 defeat and 2 big wins, 6-0 and 3-0. Their quarter-final, a 1-0 victory versus Claremont. Mission Viejo Soccer Club Sting, on the other hand, joint top in their qualifying pool. 2 wins, 6-0 and 4-1, and 1 draw. Their quarter-final, a 3-1 victory against USA Red. As we watch, again, a lot of midfield action. Ball hit on that far side, but being left to go off there by Drew McCarthy on that side for Wolfpack. So as goalkeeper Joey Balbas gets another goal kick, the score 0-0, just over 7 minutes into this team, as Wolfpack get a chance here through Cliff McKinley on that far side. He's rounded one, ball in, not cleared yet. Strike by Edmund Daniel there. Had a lot of time on that ball, totally unmarked there, Daniel, in the middle. As the strike goes slightly over, but the first really worrying action for Sting's defence, and in fact the goalkeeper, Greg Eastep. A substitution happening here, double, on comes Jeff Coonsey, on comes Will McAfee, off comes John Armour, and off comes Edmund Daniel, on as well John Clark. So a 3-man substitution as action continues in Sting's half. Just over 8 minutes in, 1 good strike on goal from Wolfpack, 3 substitutions, but now Sting battling forward, as again there's tussles in midfield in this game. Ball being played wide, being run down by Bryce Sebastian, intercepted by, that's dangerous, putting a ball through there, Lewis Inga, and it's cleared nicely by the defence of Wolfpack. Seem to have left a lot of men back now, a back line of about 4, fairly flexible as they challenge on this side. Ball put through to John Clark, first touch for this substitute already. Put forward Mike Spar. Ball comes off ahead to go for a Sting and goal kick, a breathing space for both teams now. So relatively early morning, yet the heat is certainly picking up. This will certainly show on the players, as is with me, in fact. Big clearance, Bryce Sebastian on the ball. Comes off. But kept in on this near side action there. Will Mahaffey keeping the ball in. No team's keeping real possession here. Challenge for handball there as the ball's put through. Chris Levesque. But Wolfpack again intercept, and it's being run down. There's a lot of space on that far side for Mike Sparr. He's taken up one, but that's nicely collected, I believe, by Cliff McKinley as the ref blows. And a card is coming out. That's the first yellow. That is going to be given against, I will try and find the player that is as soon as he turns his back to us. I believe that was given to Cliff McKinley there for a little bit of rough and tumbling. Referee writes his name down. So, a card early into this match. Barely 10 minutes gone. But what we've seen so far is promising football. Some good goal attempts, commitment in the tackling in midfield. So, we really have an exciting match building up in front of us here today. Sting have the potential to put one forward as Joey Balbus collects for Wolfpack. Controlled nicely. Danny Collins there. Bryce Sebastian, another number 2 there, just battling away in defence. Wolfpack controlling well here through Will Mahaffey. Danny Collins arguing the decision there. Mike Sparr hoofing the ball out. That's near to us. Almost a chance for an early touch for myself. Mere thrown from Chris Levesque on this near side as we view it. Thrown in. Unfortunately failed to collect by Chris Winrich there. That's cleared, but not very effectively, as in comes for Sting, Monty Tucker. Collected by Greg Eastep. Or rather, I should say, Joey Balbus for Wolfpack. As Wolfpack remain possession and push the ball forward through Cliff McKinley, who's already received a yellow card, and has the time. That's knocked out on the far side. So, substitutes coming in on this near side for Wolfpack. Is coming on Edmund Daniel and John Armour. And they're calling off 2 players, so 5 substitutes by my calculations so far. Shaking hands, they come off. Off comes Devin Cato. Off comes Cliff McKinley. So the maybe frustration of no goal so far evident in the tussling nature of play so far that we've viewed here today. Now this has got to be controlled by the players as we see a throw-in for Wolfpack on the far side. That's a ball that's gone well wide there. Will Mahaffey trying to find some men in the box. Unfortunately not making contact. So we have quite a large supporting audience along the sideline here on this semi-final day here in the Mission Viejo Invitational Tournament for boys under 15. A promising little knock forward, Danny Collins there. But again, the Sting defence picking up and working the ball through. Bryce Sebastian, a great run here. Still on the ball and still with a chance, Bryce Sebastian. The referee's blown. given a foul in the favour of Wolfpack. Maybe for a little bit of rough and tumbling there, as Bryce Sebastian made that run forward of more than 30 yards on this pitch today. Battling on this far side, Danny Collins. As the ball goes off, I was attempted to be kept in by Monty Tucker. Edmund Daniel. Clearance to the feet of Wolfpack number 9, Will Mahaffey. Passes again over, attempted to put the cross in, but unfortunately that's gone bent a little to the left as Wolfpack have a goal kick. Sting have the chance now with a goal kick to put the ball forward. Edmund Daniel with that attempt there. So unfortunately careering off his boot. Oh, a substitution for Sting. Off goes Chris Winrich. The player on, I will look up on that and check for you in a moment. It comes to collect the early ball. On is Adrian Cantanier. Attempting to get his first touch there as the ball comes off the boot of a clearance of a goal kick from Sting. Head action there. Attempting to hold the ball up. Forwards for Wolfpack. Number 22 attempting with the header there, John Armour. And so, no score yet in this semi-final tournament game. Over 15 minutes into it now, into this first half of 35 minutes. The referee holding the ball up there for the moment, just trying to figure out what's going on here. It's, I think it's an incorrect ball on the pitch, so a second official match ball has been thrown into play with. As the referee checks out that it is an approved ball. The pitch has been in close proximity. This kind of thing can often happen, balls straying onto the pitch, and obviously it disrupts play if balls have to be retrieved. So it's good that they've got 2 balls in the sideline. On the ball now for Sting, Bryce Sebastian puts the ball through. Adrian Cantanier. He's going to go for his first touch, but he's held off by the defence of Wolfpack. Both defences haven't done a great job so far. Dangerous play being awarded against Edmund Daniel, I believe, as Sting take a big kick forward through Monty Tucker. Heads ahoy. Hoofed out there. Mike Sparr hoofing the ball. Chin chased down Danny Collins. Been picked up by Wolfpack number 22, John Armour. So we've seen quite a lot of substitutions in the first part of this first half of the game. Ball being chased down, but that's going to be going out for a goal kick. Substitutions again for Wolfpack. This will make it 8. On comes Devin Cato. On comes Blake Hardin, his first run on the ball. On comes Cliff McKinley again. 3 players coming off now as we view it right in front of us on your television screens. They shake each other's hands, they come off. Off comes Will Mahaffey. Off comes Danny Collins. Off comes Matt Upton. Chasing on that far side now. John Armour, as the ball's hoofed in, could be ahead. That's gone slightly wide. So, promising header there from who I believe to be Jeff Coonsey there. "20 minutes gone, no score here at San Juan Capistrano. These polo fields being converted into 6 beautiful pitches. From what I'm used to, no mud whatsoever, just pure grass. This will make it almost perfect conditions for the player. With the slight breeze picking up now, that's going to help the players no end. Substitution on the far side. I'll try and find out who is coming on for you there. That's a Sting substitution as the ball's in a dangerous area for Sting as Wolfpack pressurise the area in front of Greg Estep. Seb's running and there's an attempt there. Another attempt by Wolfpack. Jeff Coonsey with his attempt there. The second attempt from him we've seen in 2 minutes. So we've seen quite a lot of pressure in the last 5 minutes, with the ball remaining wholly in the half of Mission Viejo High Club Sting. In fact, we see the pressure evident in front of us. By the way, the entire defence of Wolfpack are on the halfway line, pushing up. I don't know, maybe trying to catch Sting in an offside trap as Bryce Sebastian takes the ball, uses the time there to put forward. Play it on the far side. As the ball's played forward, and that's unfortunately careered off on that far side. Player just tucking his shirt in there. We will see. That's so then. Big kick. That's all the way from Chris Wimmer there. Hits it well into the half of Sting as Wolfpack again threaten the Sting goal. John Armour calling for the ball as it's run down by Edmund Daniel. That's going to be knocked off for a throw to Wolfpack. Switch shots. Ball in again on that far side and early challenges there. Edmund Daniel being fought off. As we see a corner about to be taken by Wolfpack, their first of the match by my calculations. The ball's hoofed in. It's a scramble as down goes Cliff McGinley, as with the goalkeeper for Sting, Greg Estep, jumps up trying to collect as the ball's tipped over, going for a goal kick to Sting. So a chance now to relieve the pressure within their own half and push the ball forward for a potential break. It's up. Immediately met the boot. A Wolfpack boot and a Wolfpack head. Cliff McKinley's head. As on that far side, Devin Cato. A lot of time on the ball now. A lot of time and a lot of space not being met at all. Flicked up. But, slightly wide there. We're seeing some productive play here in the half of Sting. Every head seems to be a Wolfpack head at the moment. As the ball goes off, being chased down by John Clark. That was off the head of John Armour there up front, I believe. Then we see some man-to-man marking in front of us. On the ball now, Adrian Cantonier. Down the line pass, and that's off.
John, Jeff.
Substitutions again. 3 on, that makes it 11. Off comes John Armour for Will Mahaffey. Danny Collins on. Matt Upton on. Jeff Coonsey off. So we've seen 11 substitutions. As we see what's happening, it's fresh legs, they're rehydrating with water, these players coming off, and also having a little chat with their team coach who's installing them with tactics for next time they come onto the pitch. So the pressure continues within Sting's half. There's a whole lot of Sting players in the back, and the ball is held nicely by Greg Estep there, as Greg Ford covers the ball and shadows it back to him there. as the ball finally comes out of Sting's half. But challenges, ow, that's going to hurt. So he's up, that's not too bad at all. So, a lot of Wolfpack players in the box as the ball is played in by Drew McCarthy there, collected by Greg Eastep. He's had a fair few touches these last couple of minutes. Eastep, big ball up, met by the head of Mike Spar to the feet of Devin Cato as the ball is cleared. Chased down by Bryce Sebastian. Bryce Sebastian chasing on this near side as that's going to go off to a sideline ball. On this side we have man-to-man marking effectively by the Wolfpack defence. Substitutions, it would seem, on the far side for Sting. Off coming Adrian Cantanilla. He's going to be shaking hands with his teammate. Coming on now with just under 10 minutes remaining in this half. Ball comes in and immediately out by Will Mahaffey.
There it is.
Alex Henderson with a throw. Bryce Sebastian, Justin Panganiban pushing the ball. Panganiban, the man that's just come on for Sting. Heads out. That was met by the head of Alex Henderson. Quick throw by Mike Spar. Chased down effectively by Greg Ford. Good defensive work here by Sting. Despite the relentless attack of Wolfpack, their defence has held up pretty solidly. Throw in as man-to-man mark we see evident at both ends here. Doing an effective job, there's no spaces allowed. They had about 3 players on the Wolfpack attack there as the ball is finally cleared by Nate Osborne. Bryce Sebastian there chasing the ball through as the ball is knocked out by goalkeeper Joey Balbus. That's going to be a free kick to Sting. Now I can't quite understand why that's been given. Could it be for the challenge by Balbus there? Coming out way out of his area to make a hoofing challenge to put it outside. But anyway, a foul now. An opportunity for a free kick to be taken by either Monty Tucker or Nate Osborne. They've got a small wall in front of them. Let's see what happens. That's immediately met by the head and tipped off by Mike Spar. That's going to be a corner. So, pressure now coming in the latter part of this second half by Sting on Wolfpack's goal mouth. Sting pushing up as well. The only player remaining back on the halfway line, their sweeper, John Clark, seems to be assuming the role as the corner's lifted in and it's held nicely by Joey Balbus there, holding the ball nicely. So immediately end-to-end action as the ball's put through by Cliff McKinley. Held by Greg Eastep there.
Good idea, Cliff, good idea.
Heads up. Will Mahaffey there with a head back. Good control. Danny Collins putting it wide there, finding Cliff McKinley, who in turn finds Matt Upton running as the ball glanced in front of the goal. Wow, Greg Eastep there attempting the save. Took a wicked bounce, just went past his hands, luckily to the side of his goal. But that was a great attempt there.
Shot by 17.
Matt Upton taking the shot there. Matt Upton with that blistering shot that really threatened a late goal early on as Upton again the ball free. Wow. 2 attempts for goal as the free kick given against Wolfpack's Matt Upton. Or rather, Cliff McKinley, who rose up there to try and meet the ball in the air, just as Greg Eastep also jumps and got a little knock there, which the referee saw and awarded the free kick to Sting. So, in the last 5 minutes of this first half, unofficially by my watch, just about 30 minutes gone. Of course, the halves 35 minutes in this semi-final section of the Mission Viejo Invitational Soccer Tournament. A solid challenge there. So, substitutions. Danny Collins on. Joey Armour on. John Armour on. And off comes Mike Sparlow. Or rather, Willem Haffey. As the ball is battled away, Devin Cato there. Picked up by Monty Tucker, pressurised. Ball through. Attempting to meet the head of Cliff McKinley there. As the ball's collected nicely, Justin Panaganigan. To Bryce Sebastian on this side. Turned and tried to put a through ball there. But that's a nice challenge on this side. As we see some near side action and some close passes intercepted all the way. That's Cliff McKinley.
Don't say anything.
Brings down Alex Henderson. Just a little bit of a ankle caught up there of both players. There's Monty Tucker with the big kick forward. So Bryce Sebastian pushed down there, but referee didn't see or didn't blow. There's a bit of head tennis in the box here. Edmund Daniel to John Armour, who turns, fires a shot in, and that's gone to the side. Yes, Edmund Daniel with a touch over to number 22, John Armour, who put the turn in, and a great shot. Greg Eastep, they're diving, but the ball going wide of the goal. We've seen a few attempts like that in this first half, but still no score. Well within the last 5 minutes. So both teams looking to get a goal now as Blake Harding battles in midfield. It's often rumoured that the best time for a team to score is just before half-way line, just before half-time whistle goes, as the half-line ball is played in by Drew McCarthy. A lot of Wolfpack players on the ball. Danny Collins, Mike Spar, as the ball's held nicely by Greg Eastep. He's had a few touches, certainly this half, more than his opponent, Joey Balbus, at least. A Sting push again on the far side of the pitch as we view it. Chase down Sebastian Gallimarini there. Will play to Nate Osborne. John Armour. John Armour still with the ball. Being chased down by Nate Osborne. Seemed to be his man marker there for Sting. I see some control on the far side of the pitch. We look at it, but that's going to go off for a throw-in. Linesman Michael Schneider on the far side, indicating to referee Leo Umana for the throw. We've seen some solid headers as well this half. Just an indication of the high quality of football that we are viewing here in this semi-final today. A line ball from Danny Collins that buys a lot of time for Cliff McKinley. Being challenged by Bryce Sebastian, I think, on this side, as both players go down. Bryce Sebastian rather here now, number 2 on this side, trying to round his Drew McCarthy opposite number. Both players still battling here. As time on the ball for Nate Osborne. to be played to Sebastian Galmarini there. That's an effective tackle, John Armour. Alex Henderson on this near side in the defence line for Sting, putting that ball through to Bryce Sebastian, which set up that nice potential break for Sting here. As time is given, ball is given again to John Armour, a player that's been involved in almost every movement of Wolfpack through the defence of Sting. So the referee is going to be looking at his watch now, because we are nearing the end of this first half by my unofficial timekeeping at least. Free kick on the far side. Off two heads of Sting. Devon Cato. As the ball goes off again. And the player's going to be pretty tired now after 30 minutes of fierce action in this Orange County sunshine heat. We've seen 13 or 14 substitutions for Wolfpack within this first half alone. Not so many for Sting. By my reckoning, just about 5. As Sting now challenging this latter part of the first half. John Armour against Vincent Montez. Vincent Montez winning that challenge. Ball being passed around. Challenges are quite physical here in this game. As Joey Balbus collects, the referee Leo Mana blows for the half-time whistle. Wow, 35 minutes of action there. We'll be back shortly. Okay, welcome back to this semi-final competition of the boys under 15 17th Mission Viejo Invitational Tournament. Wolfpack against Mission Viejo Soccer Club Sting. As the game kicks off, a change of halves. As from right to left on your television screens, Sting shooting from left to right as we view Wolfpack in the blue and gold. A half-time update. This game, 0-0 so far. And the other semi-final, who the winner of this game will be playing 1-0 California Heat against Burbank Red. So, the winner of this look to be playing California Heat at the moment. So half-time, given a chance for both teams to get instruction from their coaches and team talk and figure out a few tactics to break the stalemate that we've seen for 35 minutes so far. As immediate action there, Sem Lopez with that early shot for Sting in the second half. Half-time would have also given the players a chance to just relax any pulled muscles at all, get any therapy they needed, also to be sprayed off with a spray that I've seen some of the teams using so far today. There's an early chance as the ball comes forward, being chased down by Cliff McKinley, as it's covered nicely by Sebastian Gammarini. Pushed over to the far side, so end-to-end action early on in this second half. The atmosphere at the moment on this touchline electric. Both supporters of both teams and both coaches eager for a goal to break the deadlock. Far side action there. Edmund Daniel being challenged off the ball by the defensive nature of players such as Chris Levesque and Sebastian Gammarini, as that's the first goal kick of the second half. Oh no, it's actually come off the leg of the Sting defence, and that will be a corner to Wolfpack. First corner of the second half. A set piece where we could see some potential goals. Bang, the ball in. Heads up. Goalie on the floor. Still a scramble, as eventually that's cleared, but not too effectively there by Nate Osborne. That's gone to legs of Drew McCarthy. Ball in the air. Oh, that was a schoolboy error there by Chris Levesque, as the ball goes now to Cliff McKinley. The ball crosses in this space. The ball was left open there. Goalmouth howler for Wolfpack there. Two players and the ball free on the opponent's goalmouth. Sting were in trouble there. Challenge is still going on. Having the howler, John Clark, there on the goal line. The ball left free for a few moments as the referee blows for a foul throw. Sem Lopez being called a foul throw. This time, obviously in this situation, it's taken by Wolfpack. John Clark, they're taking it. Seeing that both feet weren't on the ground for Sem Lopez. One of the throw-in rules of the game of football, not being followed there. Action down this near side. Cliff McKinley as a corner on the opposite side from 2 minutes ago for Wolfpack now. Another chance at a set piece. Players on. On player 19, Darren McCoy on for Sting. This ball's free, it comes in. Second bite of the cherry as it comes off the feet of Sem Lopez. Another corner to be taken by Edmund Daniel. So Edmund Daniel now going to look to be putting it in the middle of the box. A lot of movement. Heads up. That's a goalmouth scramble. Cleared there by who I believe to be. As the ball's back in again, there's a goalmouth clearance there by Chris Levesque. What an absolute heart-stopping moment that must have been for goalkeeper Greg Eastep. Still not out of trouble, Sting, as Wolfpack pressurise. John Armour. By seeing it's not too much of a passing game here. There's plenty of interceptions by both teams, particularly in the midfield section of this pitch. To the head of John Clark. Cleared out, a breathing space now for Sting. John Clark with a throw. Met by Chris Levesque there. Chris Levesque for Sting. Sting in the ball after the throw. from John Clark. As substitutions for Wolfpack again, on comes Matt Upton, on comes Will Mahaffey, on comes Blake Harding, off John Armour, off comes Jeff Coonsey, off comes John Clark, who had that unfortunate miss on the goal mouth not 5 minutes ago in this second half. A solid challenge there. And again, these challenges are certainly hard. That's Sem Lopez taking the brunt of two challenges there. As Sting push players forward. The kick to be taken by Monty Tucker. A one-man wall. Easy avoided, that's a long ball through. Tempting to meet the head of Vincent Montez there as the whistle's blown yet again. The referee's had to use his whistle quite a few times already in the second half. We've seen one card already this match and still no score. 0-0 so far after over 40 minutes of play as the ball's hoofed in by Chris Wimrich, but sailed by without getting a touch to it by any of his forward players. Goal kick for Wolfpack now. Both teams of exceptionally high quality standards. Their history, Wolfpack have won 3 tournaments this season. Dusa, Fort Loma, Mission Viejo, a finalist in NHB, the Celtic Cup and the State Cup. On the other hand, Mission Viejo Soccer Club Sting have won the Orange Tournament and the Mayor's Cup. This team have victories under their belts and have also had a history of international players. So both teams experienced in tournament and league level. I see a goal kick at the other end now for Sting.
Come on!
Attempt to be put through. Sebastian Gamarini there. Attempted to put through on the far side. Challenges again in midfield. This is certainly where the match as we see it is going to be played, won, and in fact lost in midfield today.
Go, go, man, go!
The game's certainly finding a bit more space. Each player is managing to find a little more area around himself through running or movement off the ball. As 2 players run for the ball on this near side, Will Mahaffey and Chris Levesque in a fierce battle here as a throw to be taken by Sem Lopez on this near side for Sting.
Help him now, Will. Help him. You can double.
A nice turn, Sebastian Galmarini there.
Look for it.
Will Mahaffey.
Go. Come on, Edmund. Turn.
And chasing now Edmund Daniel on this near side. But before him will be Greg Ford getting to the ball and knocking it off for a throw-in.
I'm not calling, I'll see you.
So, should this game remain stalemate after 70 minutes of action, we will go to overtime, or how I would describe it, extra time. It will consist of 2 periods of 10 minutes. Obviously, halves will change. But at the moment, a stalemate, 0-0. After 50 minutes of play out of 70. Big kick in now to the hands of Joey Balbasser, or rather Greg Eastep. As the ball's played forward, Greg Eastep providing the kick that was met by the head of Sebastian Galmarini. As Wolfpack now in possession on the far side, Cliff McGinley. Bang, it's in the box. People running in. Oh, what an opportunity. That was an absolute gift. He was unmarked on the far side as 3 Wolfpack players in the box, unmarked by the defence of Sting. Substitutions being called for now, just after that exciting opportunity on the near side of the goal mouth. With the opportunity, Matt Upton. So we've seen two opportunities in this second half, asking to be put in the back of the net, but we've seen no goals so far, 0-0 on substitutions. On comes John Armour, on comes John Clark, off Cliff McKinley, off Edmund Daniel. So, MV/SC Sting bearing the brunt of these early attacks of the second half from Wolfpack. Exciting goalmouth stuff here in San Juan Capistrano. Potential for breaks now. Sting pushing for a break, but effectively cleared Mike Sparr there with the clearance that has put through Devin Cato now, passing it around his players. A big hoof, that's going to be a jump up, turning. That was a useful attempt there. Matt Upton putting the ball back in the box, not out of danger yet. A poor clearance, but it's got away eventually. Adrian Cantonier having his hand in there, but ball still in the box. As finally Greg Eastep gets his hands on the ball, ushers defence out and pushes the ball for a long clearance. That's being met in the air there. As the ball's put through, Sebastian Galmarini now. Nicely rounded. Drew McCarthy there, putting through John Armour. So we've seen most of these aerial balls being won by Wolfpack. Far side action there, battling away, but still it's going on, and eventually won by Nate Osborne, I believe. Vincent Montez there. As the ball's given a throw-in on the far side after some fierce tackling there. Still no goals in this match so far, 0-0 the score. Over 50 minutes gone. A goal now will really open up this match. Running on the ball, Chris Wimmer there for Wolfpack. As a down-the-line ball is waiting to be picked up. Drew McCarthy across. Being chased. Chris Winrich chasing there. Heads. Space in midfield now as the ball's put wide by Vincent Montez. Greg Ford there being knocked down as the ball goes out for a long chase. Substitution on the far side as we see it now for Sting. On comes Bryce Sebastian, who was very influential in the first half for Sting, immediately getting his first touch of the ball, but giving away a foul to Wolfpack. Big clearance forward from that free kick from Wolfpack to the head. Has a bit of battle there. The head of Sem Lopez still on the ball as we speak, and that's come off his feet. Referee blowing for a foul there. Three-way substitution again for Wolfpack. On comes Jeff Coonsey. On comes Edmund Daniel. On comes Cliff McKinley. Off John Armour. Off comes number 9, Will Mahaffey. Off comes Danny Collins. So through a substitution, bringing on fresh legs and fresh instructions from the team coach for Wolfpack here. As the big throw comes forward, Chris Wimmer. Cliff McKinley trying to put a through ball into the box. Effectively blocked out. But he's won the ball now with a lot of space in front of him, Cliff McKinley. Being chased again. Both teams' defence, I reiterate, doing a fantastic job today. Nothing really getting through for Wolfpack's defence. On the other hand, Mission Viejo Soccer Club Sting's defence has had 2 balls being put through and opportunities for Wolfpack to put them in the back of the net, but through a combination of luck and opportunity, they've been kept out. So still 0-0 the score. The ball now, Bryce Sebastian trying to buy time, but he's being tackled all the way.
Come on, let's put one in, Pack, let's go.
Throw to Wolfpack now, being taken by Chris Wimmer. Heads in the far end of this near side in Sting's half.
Come on, let's put it in, Pack, let's go.
That's going to go to a corner as well. Now, 3rd corner for Wolfpack, 2nd on this side of this second half. 3rd opportunity. We've seen the corners being quite interesting movements here. There's heads free as collected by Greg Estep now. The pressure still within Sting's half as the entirety of our goalkeeper of Wolfpack's team are in Sting's half. Ball knocked out there to go for a goal kick to Sting.
Lock them in right there, let's keep down there.
So the way it looks at the moment, this game could in fact go to extra time. Substitution for Sting on the far side on Monty Tucker. We'll try and find out the player that's just gone off for you. As fancy footwork, Devin Cato there, putting through his man. As the ball comes in again, there's a shot, it's in! There's the goal. That's the goal everyone's been waiting for on Wolfpack's side. Howls of congratulations from supporters as the ball is put in the net by Matt Upton. Well, that is the goal that everyone has been waiting for on this touchline, the Wolfpack touchline, as they now lead 1-0 Wolfpack against Sting.
Oh, Edmund touched it. Edmund touched it. Defense! Come on, tighten up, come on. Yeah, but I'll watch it back in. Watch it down, Manny.
Good. Right, got that. Number 3 scoring the goal there, Devin Cato. A little bit of a goal scramble. It's difficult to tell who in fact scored, but it was the leg of Devin Cato that has put Wolfpack in front by 1 goal midway into this second half of the semi-final in this Mission Viejo football tournament. So immediate pressure back on Wolfpack's defence by Sting. Now going to be pressurising for an equaliser. An air of confidence now about the Wolfpack side. Will Mahaffey with a forceful header up. Could be run and met by Edmund Daniel. The captain, as I understand, Devin Cato, putting his team 1 goal up so far, but still 20 minutes or thereabouts of this second half remaining. Still a lot could happen here in this game. Corner kick, this time hoofed away by Sting's defence. As on the far side, battling hard there. Chris Wimrich, with Vincent Montez coming in to help him out there. As battling on that far side, Bryce Sebastian is met by Drew McCarthy, who clears the ball for a throw-in that will go to Sting. It's often said as well that a team is most at danger to be scored against after they've scored a goal. So Sting exerting pressure now as we see it. Referee blowing, a little bit of a knock there, given by John Armour against Vincent Montez, it would seem. So a free kick, just slightly into Wolfpack's half. It's taken early by Sem Lopez. Met by the head, or rather, Sem Lopez meets his head. The taker, Chris Wimrich, of that free kick. The score 1-0 then. Goal coming in the last 2 minutes recently, as Sting get a corner. 1-0 Wolfpack. Devin Cato the scorer. Sting with a corner on this near side. A lot of bodies around as Joey Balbas collects the ball and safely holds it. He's down on the ground at the moment. Might have taken a bit of a knock in his attempt to collect the ball there. The referee, Leo Mana, by him now, checking out if he's all right. Balbas rolling around on the floor. Ball is put out. Substitutions as well by Wolfpack here, as Balbas gets back on his feet. Off came Devin Cato. Off as well Blake Hardin. And John Clark, as John Armour, amongst others, comes on. Matt Upton went on as well. A Sting now exerted the pressure, man-to-man marking more and more. Sem Lopez chasing the ball there, as it's cleared well and truly by Chris Wimmer for Wolfpack, going to a goal kick for Sting. Substitutions once again. A four-way substitution to go on. John Clark on. Blake Hardin on. Devin Cato, goal scorer, on. Off amongst others, Will Mahaffey. Off as well, Jeff Coonsey. And the ball just tipped over the line. Linesman Olav Cable signalling for the throw-in. Raising his flag on that far side, Mr. Cable. All the way from Germany. Sem Lopez. Devin Cato challenging there and winning the ball. Both John Clark trying to put a few passes together now, Wolfpack, on this near side of Sting's half. Thrown by John Clark for Wolfpack. Devin Cato challenging. Greg Ford knocks it off for a corner for Wolfpack. Now, it was just after the corner last time that Wolfpack scored their goal. That's led the game 1-0 so far. Good strike into the box. It's met by a head immediately, and another head, and that's in! That's 2-0. That is 2-0. What a blistering header there, straight off the corner. Everyone jumped up, immediately met by the head.
Wait, go up front. Go up front.
There's howls of excitement coming from behind me here. That was met by the head.
Right
Cliff McKinley there with the goal. What a great header there into the top of the netting above the hands of Greg Eastep. So the score 2-0 in this semi-final match. Wolfpack leading 2 goals midway through this second half. The first by the captain Devin Cato, the second Cliff McKinley, both as a result of corner action.
Wimmer's on, Wimmer's on. Oh, that's a good ball. Nice ball.
Now 2-0 up. Wolfpack are hungry. They're on the prowl for a third goal. Bryce Sebastian there collecting the ball for Sting.
Chris, you gotta find 9. Chris, you gotta find 9 or get help.
Running the ball wide, all the way to Adrian Cantonier. As it's knocked off. Unable to control it there, Adrian Cantonier. Spinning cruelly off his boot. Almost perfect conditions for the players here today. The slight breeze picking up now that will refresh them on the pitch. The sun shining almost directly overhead, getting towards the midday heat. On these polo fields of San Juan Capistrano in Orange County, California. This really is the heart of young players' football here in Orange County. And what we're seeing today is extremely high quality football. 2 great goals, but overall a thoroughly excellent game. As the referee blows, that's for a little word with Devin Cato, it would seem. It's Devin Cato getting a yellow card there. Goal scorer. And he's immediately been substituted off. 2 yellow cards for Wolfpack. Will Mahaffey going on. Devin Cato explained to his coach there, receiving a yellow card for a little bit of cheekiness on the pitch. But, the referee certainly not showing much humour in that case, if that's correct. Oh, that's hard tackle, but immediately both players up. Chris Wimmer there falling for Wolfpack. Sebastian Gammarini as well falling. Both players tumbling down. A 50-50 challenge. They both get up and they're both fine. So, again, substitutions for Wolfpack on this near side. Coach, right in front of us, reorganising his players to take advantage of this 2-goal lead. On goes Matt Upton, off comes Mike Sparr. Ball comes up. Met by the head of Matt Upton. As Devin Cato puts the through ball. And an opportunity on that side now. Lifted up, Danny Collins. He met the ball on the volley, didn't quite control it exactly, and the ball shot off high. It's another worrying moment for Sting's goalkeeper, Greg Eastep here. So, 2-0 the score after 25 minutes of play in this second half by my watch at least. Turning nicely, Devin Cato there, or rather Edmund Daniel, who put the ball through. Now, opportunity. Oh! That's going to be Danny Collins brought down. No penalty. Wolfpack coach screaming for the decision, but referee not giving a penalty decision. They're not budging an inch on his decision. The linesman, it would seem, in agreement. Wolfpack angry at that, but Sting breathing a sigh of relief. A penalty decision there could have really put the final nail in the coffin on this semi-final for Wolfpack. Far side action now as we see John Armour following the ball out. Substitutions yet again. Mike Sparr on for Wolfpack. Or at least when the ball goes out to play next time. Playing the box now. Sting attempting to put either Vincent Montez or Bryce Sebastian through. And now an opportunity with a free kick in Wolfpack's half. They've put a lot of players forward, Sting, and Wolfpack have brought a lot back. Ball's lifted up. Free, heads. Unfortunately, had no power and easily collected by Joey Balbus there. The player with that header attempt there. Number 14, Vincent Montez, really had an opportunity as a late challenge from Monty Tucker against Chris Wimmer. And a card comes out for Monty Tucker. A yellow card, the first for Sting. So the score on yellow cards at least 2-1. In goals, Wolfpack leading by 2-0. Time left in the game, less than 10 minutes now. Sting are going to have to attempt to score now to keep themselves within the semi-final and in fact the tournament at this under 15 level. Shot coming in, the cross coming in rather, Drew McCarthy. That is just sailed over. Drew McCarthy with the attempt there. That was no wall in front of him whatsoever. Sting put no wall up. And the ball went over the goalie's hands and luckily over the crossbar as well. Substitutions for Wolfpack again on Mike Sparr. Danny Collins off. So, coaches advising their players to be careful of yellow cards. If they collect 2 yellow cards within this tournament, this will suspend them for the next match. I'll check up on the rules for you, just to read exactly what the official verdict is on yellow cards, but certainly no player would want to get them at this stage in the tournament, the semi-final stage. Linesman Michael Schneider there, waving for a free kick for Wolfpack. For 2 yellow cards, the rule book states, are awarded to a player in the game. They'll be ejected from the field in a similar fashion to a red card, and they will be suspended for the next game. And that is it. The referee blows his whistle. The final score in this dramatic match. Wolfpack 2, Sting 0. We'll be back after this. Hello, welcome back. Here I am with victorious Wolfpack, getting their refreshments in. I'm with one of their most influential players on the pitch. You are?
Blake Harden.
Blake Harden, great stuff. So, 2-0. How did you go into this match? What do you think of your opposition?
I'm gonna beat him. Well,
I noticed your team manager and your coach were swapping around the players quite a lot of substitutions on the pitch. Why was that happening?
so we wouldn't get very tired. So, like, we could all keep fresh.
So how long have you been playing football then?
8 years.
And what now for your future? Do you expect to be playing this at college?
Yes, probably.
Great stuff. What college are you going to try and go to?
UCI.
Excellent. I see you're munching into some sorbet there. What flavour is that one?
Pina colada.
I hope it's got no alcohol in it. How are the rest of you lads doing?
Holding.
Here with Devin Cater here, goal scorer and captain of Wolfpack. Devin, great goal.
I'd like to say that my name is Devin Cato. It's not Cato. So
I do apologise, Kevin Cardo. So your lucky boots there. What are you munching on there? It looks like a pina colada as well.
it's passion fruit and watermelon, actually.
How important is rehydration to you during these games?
It's important, I guess. If you're dehydrated, you don't play well.
What's your training schedule been like building up to this tournament?
Just practice every day.
And from now on, you have an important final this afternoon. You're going to be against California Heat. What are you going to do now in between the two matches? Obviously, two 35-minute halves now and a big match later. That's going to tie you out. What are you going to do in between?
Eat, I guess.
Well, thank you very much for your time. Obviously, you're going to get down to things and relax a little bit, obviously. Yep. Well, 3 cheers for your win today, lads. Hip, hip. Hooray. Hip, hip. Hooray. Hip, hip. Hooray. 3 Wolfpack players with me here today. You are?
Josh Feinstone.
John Armour.
Will Mahaffey.
Now, I noticed you are not wearing a jersey today. Can you explain to me why?
I got a red card.
A red card, was that in the last match?
Yeah.
And explain to me just how that occurred.
I pushed a guy.
Was he asking for it?
Yeah, he was giving me a couple elbows and he was talking to me all game, so I decided to say, hey, get off me a little bit, and I got paid for it. Paid the price.
Right, an early bath, as we'd say back in England. So the referee's decision, we saw 3 yellow cards being given out today for minor offences. One of your players just being given a yellow card for a bit of lip. How do you think the referee is? No, how do you think the referee's decisions have been in this tournament?
Well, you can't really complain with the referees. You know, they're out here getting paid, I guess, but they're, you know, they don't have to be out here, so I guess it's good. But all in all, I think they kind of suck.
You lads on the pitch today, you were. How do you feel the referee and the linesman treated you? Fairly?
Pretty fair.
Pretty good. Yeah.
I mean, you had 2 yellow cards in your team, 1 on the opposition. So what happens about yellow cards in this match? Just explain for us again.
Go ahead, Will.
What's a what?
You know the yellow card decision, the rules. Do you get penalised at all for getting a yellow card in a match after the match is finished?
No, our coach pulls us off to the sideline and just talks to us, and then we go back on.
5 minutes or so.
Yeah, 5 minutes.
Yellow
You
card,
don't.
yellow card is like a warning, and then
Right.
a red card is when you get paid. You're out for that game and the next game.
I see. So it's been very dangerous for you lot to get anything like that today. So next match, are you fit for the next match? You're going to be playing in the final then?
Yes, I am.
So you lads in a full-strength team. What do you think? What do you think is going to be your main tactics to beat this opposition to take that trophy today, this afternoon?
Play just as hard as we have been.
Yeah.
Well, from what I've seen, you've had a terrific game, lads. Well done and congratulations. Best of luck for the final. Cheers.
Thanks.
Bye.
Hello again, here with assistant manager Corey Harding. A great game for your lads today, a 2-0 victory. How did it feel watching it from the touchline?
It felt good. The boys have played very well all weekend. We're a little banged up coming to this 5th game, but they played great, and we were very proud of them.
I noticed the referee was quite liberal with his yellow cards there, and there was quite a lot of shouting on this line, but quite a lot of howling as well when you scored. What's all that in aid of?
Well, at this age group, we play each other all the time. They get very, very physical, and the referees have decided to control the game via yellow cards, which is a little irritating to the coaching staff, but it probably keeps the boys safe from harm's way. The parents get a little overexcited. Hopefully you couldn't hear too much of that, but it's all part of the game.
What's the training schedule been like for these boys? I know that you're out of league season at the moment. We're in tournament season. How does the training differ between those 2 seasons?
Our boys only take off about 3 weeks a year. We took off last 2 weeks of June and first week of July. Other than that, they train 2 or 3 days a week, depending whether or not we have a tournament or just league play. So it keeps them busy all year long.
Excellent. The final this afternoon. With what attitude are you going to send the boys into the match with?
Our attitude has always been with this team, we've had them together several years, that if they work hard enough to get to the finals, go enjoy the finals. Play hard, play clean, and enjoy it. Win or lose, just sheer fact of getting to the finals is very impressive.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Harding, for your help. So then, we have a result today. Wolfpack 2, Sting 0. Wolfpack through to the final of this boys under 15 Mission Viejo soccer tournament. The final could have in store all matter of things. Goals galore, possibly tears, all will be revealed this afternoon on this very pitch. From me, Pete Savage, for George Langevin Productions, thank you and goodbye. Welcome back to what will be, for sure, the climax of this exciting match. 0-0 after extra time. Penalties are to be taken. The first to be taken by Celtic. Brett Corbin.